Watch this. I am not SSHing into my server. I am sending a direct message to my own server and making it do the task. This is OpenClaw, a brand new local first AI agent. It does not live in the cloud. It lives right here on your computer and you just talk to it like a person. It is wild, but let's be real. We have heard this story before, haven't we? Zapier killer, N8N killer. I hear it every other week. In this video, we are cutting through the hype. I am going to show you what OpenClaw actually does by building automations that would be completely nightmare to create any other way. And then, and this is important, I am going to show you its huge deal-breaking flaws, and trust me, they are big. I love automation. I use it every single day. But let's be honest about the pain. If you are a beginner staring at a blank canvas for a new workflow, it's intimidating. You have to learn its logic, data structure, and how to debug that one step that just turned red for no reason. And on top of all that, traditional automation is fundamentally reactive. It just sits there, it waits for a trigger, a webhook, a schedule, whatever, and then it runs a rigid, predetermined set of steps. It does exactly what you told it to do. It has no memory, it can't learn, it can't adapt when you are not super specific. You can't just say, hey, check my email for important stuff. No, you have to tell it exactly what important means with a million filters and rules. It's rigid, and that is the biggest strength, but it is also the biggest weakness. And that is the exact problem this new way of AI agents are trying to solve. And that is where OpenClaw comes in. It is an open source autonomous AI agent that's run on your local. So instead of dragging and dropping nodes and connecting them, you just talk to it. Here is how it works. It has three main parts. First, you have got the gateway. That is how it talks to the world through apps like Discord, Slack, or Telegram. Next is the agent. This is the brain. You plug in your own large language model like OpenAI, Gemini, Claude, or even a local model for external knowledge. And the third, and this is the most important part, are the skills. The skills are hands and feet of the agent. They are small piece of code that give OpenClaw superpowers. The ability to search the web, read your files, control the browser, send emails, or even execute shell commands right on your computer. There is a community marketplace called ClawHub where you can grab new skills and install them. But the biggest, most mind-blowing difference from traditional tools is that it has a memory. It saves everything, your chart, what it did, as simple markdown files on the hard drive. This means it builds context. You can talk to it today and come back tomorrow, and it remembers what you were talking about. It is not a dumb script, it is like a real personal assistant. Installing OpenClaw is incredibly simple. You open your terminal and just type npm install OpenClaw and hit enter. OpenClaw is installed. Now let's run the OpenClaw onboard command to start the configuration. Just a quick heads up before we move forward. You will see a security warning pop up here. Since OpenClaw is still experimental and in beta, you definitely should not run this on your work laptop or a server. Let's keep this to a safe testing environment. Next, we need to configure the model for the agent. I am going to use Gemini CLI for this. The best part is I don't have to manually paste my API keys because it uses CLI directly. After authenticating, I will just go ahead and select a Gemini model as our agent's brain. I want to talk to this agent via Discord. So let's generate bot token. Switch over to the Discord developer portal. Click on new application and give it a name. I am going to call it mine homebot and hit create. Now go to the bot tab. You need to click reset token to reveal your token. Copy that string, switch back to your OpenClaw terminal and paste it right in. You will see a list of skills you can download here. Then I am going to skip adding extra API keys for now. Onboarding is completed. Let's jump into the web UI to check the dashboard. This is the web UI. It is great for configurations and debugging. Now let's try to connect the bot to the Discord server. Oh, under the Discord channel, we are getting an error. I know exactly what this is. It is a bot configuration issue. So let's head back to the Discord developer portal. Under the bot settings, we need to toggle these three options to on. Once that is done, just restart the OpenClaw gateway. Okay, the issue is fixed. Now let's actually get the bot onto the server. We need an invite URL to do that. Let's switch back to Discord, click on OAuth 2, check the bot checkbox. And for now, I am going to grant admin permission just to keep things simple. Copy the link, paste it into your browser and authorize the bot to join the server. Now let's say hi to the bot in the Discord. It responded with a command I need to run. I will run this on my terminal to approve the pairing. Now approved devices are listed in the UI. It is fully connected. It is asking two questions to set role so it can work more effectively. If you look at the web UI, you can see our Discord conversations showing up right here. Even cooler, it is writing this answer to markdown files, creating permanent memory. Now, let's install the OpenClaw browser relay extension on Chrome. This allows the AI to actually control the browser. With the setup done, let's test if everything works. I am going to ask it to check the system usage. Cool, it replied. Look at that, I am literally talking to my server. I asked the natural language question, it ran the actual command and gave me the answer. You can do this from your phone. How cool is that? This is where it gets fun. All the setup is cool, but now we get to see what this thing actually can do. Imagine creating a task by talking to your bot. I paste my prompt and just hit enter. Now what happens? The agent understands the entire request. It configures its own schedule. The next morning 9 a.m. it fires up web browsing skills, start visiting the sites listed. It uses AI to understand the content, zeroing on the keyword you care about. It ranks the article, write a custom summary, and post them perfectly formatted right into the Discord. Building this with a traditional tool would be wrestling with 5 different RSS parser, a complex filtering engine, and a formatter. With OpenClaw, you just had a conversation. Let me make it a hardware procurement assistant. Assume you need an SSD. Instead of opening million browser tabs, you just tell the agent, find me the best value 1 TB M.2 SSD on Amazon, analyze the top 10 results, ignore sponsored listings, and only show me the drives with over 4.5 stars and 1000 reviews. Find the price, the read-write speed, and give me the complete table with top 3 recommendations. The agents get to the work. It heads to Amazon, intelligently skips the ads, and starts analyzing real results. It dives into each product page using AI to find the actual read-write speed. Not guessing, it compares price, speed, and review to find best value. After a few minutes, it dropped a perfect markdown table into my chart with its top 3 picks. When you see this in action, it is clear that OpenClaw is not just an improvement. It represents a big shift in how we approach automation. First, fluidity and context. You are not building a rigid workflow. You are having a conversation. You can interrupt it. You can change your mind. That persistent memory is total game changer, making every interaction smarter than the last. That is how it handles messy, multi-step jobs that are a nightmare for traditional tools. Second, it is proactive. It does not wait for a trigger. It can take initiative. It can monitor things for you, watch for changes, acts on its own. If any error in the cron, it takes the initiative and fix it automatically. And finally, my favorite part, it is local first. Your data, your conversation, your secret keys, they all stay on your hardware. You can even use it with a local LLM with Olama and have a 100% private offline AI assistant. For anyone who cares about privacy, this is a killer feature. Okay, this sounds too good to be true, right? Perfect. So it is settled. OpenClaw is the future. Let's all go home. No, hold on, we have to talk about the dark side. And these are not little problems. For many of you, these will be the total deal breaker. First up, the integration gap. OpenClaw is the new kid on the block. Clawhub has skills, yes, but it is a baby compared to the mature platforms like N18, which have hundreds of official, professional, maintained integrations. It is not a fair fight as well. But the second flaw, and listen to me, this is the most critical, the most terrifying flaw, is the unbound attack surface. This is the scary part. Its great strength, the deep access to your system, is also its biggest, most dangerous threat. It does not run in a sandbox, it runs on your permission. Keywords, this is so dangerous. Think about this. Someone sends you a weird email, a malicious message, or a prompt injection. It tricks your agent. And your agent, trying to be helpful, runs rm-rf. And just like that, your entire home directory is gone. This is not just hypothetical. You can see my bot installed a package without waiting for my explicit approval, which is a massive red flag. In a worst case scenario, it could steal your SSH key and send them to a hacker. This thing is experimental. It does not have the safety rail you would expect. And the Clawhub, that marketplace, it is awesome, but it is also a giant attack vector. There are already reports hundreds of malicious poison skills designed to steal your data. Unless you run this in a heavy sandboxed environment, you are putting a crazy amount of trust in an experimental AI. Finally, we have to talk about the resource tax. Right now, OpenClaw is definitely not optimized for efficiency. I had an actual moment where a single heavy task caused the CPU spike so hard that my entire Raspberry Pi just frozen up and became unresponsive. If you compare this to something like N8N, which is super lightweight, OpenClaw feels heavy sometimes. So if you are planning to run it on a low-end hardware, here is a pro tip. Set a max usage limit for the process. This ensures it does not consume all CPU cycle and keeps your system from crashing. So after all that, is OpenClaw a N8N killer? Absolutely not, at least right now. Who should stick with N8N? Anybody doing serious structured automation for their business, building data pipelines, DevOps tasks, connecting lot of apps. N8N is your king. Its visual editor, reliability, and massive library integrations make it the right tool for production. So who is this crazy OpenClaw thing for? It is for tinkerers, the developers, the power users, the people who want to live on the bleeding edge and are willing to accept the security risk. It is for automating your personal life, your inbox, your notes, your documents, or for a solo developer who wants an AI sidekick. It is amazing for tasks that are fuzzy, need context, and works best for a conversation. OpenClaw is not an N8N killer. It is an exciting, powerful, and yeah, kind of scary peek into the future. A future where automation is not about connecting dots, it's about having conversation. So that is my take after going deep with OpenClaw. It is one of the most exciting and dangerous open source project I have seen in a long time. But you have to know the risk. What do you think? Is this the future? Have you tried OpenClaw or any other AI agent? Or is the security risk just way too high? Let me know. Drop a comment below. I really want to know what you all think about it.